Up next, he is a immortal cannabis wizard with a PhD in tripping balls from Hogwarts, and he used that liberal arts degree to vouch for entrance into the cannabis industry, where he spent over 3 decades in sales, marketing, cultivation, and time travel. Up next, you know who it is. It's Mathieu St Germain.
Thanks, Rico. Happy Wednesday. And we're changing it to 3,300 years. I talked to Jason about that. So I've got more great psychedelic news. It just keeps coming. Advanced brain imaging study hints at how DMT psychedelic alters perception of reality. In a study at Imperial College London, detailed brain imaging data from 20 healthy volunteers revealed how the potent psychedelic compound DMT, or dimethyltryptamine, alters brain function. During the immersive DMT experience, there was increased connectivity across the brain with more communication between different areas and different systems. The changes to brain activity were most prominent in areas linked with higher level functions such as imagination. DMT is a potent psychedelic found naturally in certain plants and animals. It occurs in trace amounts in the human body, and along with harmaline is the major psychoactive compound in ayahuasca. The study, published in the journal PNAS, is the first to track brain activity before, during, and after the DMT experience in such detail. Dr. Chris Timmerman from the Center for Psychedelic Research at Imperial College London said, "This work is exciting as it provides the most advanced human neuroimaging view of the psychedelic state to date." Unlike other classic psychedelics such as LSD or psilocybin, DMT's effects on the brain are relatively brief, lasting a matter of minutes rather than hours. DMT can produce intense and immersive altered states of consciousness, with the experience characterized by vivid visions, a sense of visiting alternative realities or dimensions, and similarities with near-death experiences. But exactly how the compound alters brain function to account for such effects has been unclear. In this latest study, 20 volunteers were given an injection. It was actually an IV drip of the drug, while researchers captured details of their brain imagery from both MRI and EEG. So functional MRI gave them a complete overview of the brain and the blood flow. And then the EEG, they said, gave them a more granular look at all of the brain's activity. So the fMRI scans found changes to activity within between brain regions that normally are separated, that handle different functions. These phenomena turn network disintegration and desegregation and increased global functional connectivity aligned with previous studies with other psychedelics. The changes to activity were most prominent in brain areas linked with higher level, human-specific functions, again, such as imaginations. The researchers highlight that while their study is not the first to image the brain under psychedelics, it is the first to combine multiple imaging techniques to study the brain during a highly immersive psychedelic experience. They explain the work provides further evidence of how DMT and psychedelics more generally exert their effects by disrupting high-level brain systems. And I would look at disrupting, we should use the different words for that. Our results revealed that when a volunteer was on DMT, there was a marked downregulation of some of the brain rhythms that would ordinarily be dominant. The brain switched in its mode of functioning to something altogether more anarchic. It will be fascinating to follow up on these insights in the years to come. Psychedelics are proving to be extremely powerful scientific tools for furthering our understanding of how brain activity relates to conscious experience. And I'd like to just summarize a couple of the words they use. Might sound negative, but they're looking at a traditional scientific view where your brain is supposed to run like this. And so when they say dysregulation, they mean it's running differently than the quote-unquote normal state, right? And when they say that there's a more anarchic function, what it's saying is there's less hierarchy. Normally, signals come through these different signal paths that actually get filtered. And this anarchic state means your entire brain is actually mapped together and more connected to itself, right? And also, this relates to another study they're doing where they're doing intravenous DMT. I just wanted to mention this. And they're beginning to use human volunteers with psychedelic experience to map the territory of the DMT experience, because what they're finding is nearly everybody goes to similar or the same places, meets the same entities, and has the same experiences. This is Mathieu St Germain for the High at 9 News on a happy Wednesday, and I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say about this one.